It's over. So we all saw that performance from Joe Biden, and there is so much political backlash happening right now. It's insane. Regardless if he wins or not, it's not going to go very well. Okay? We can clearly see that he is on the extraordinary decline right now. Cognitively, he's not there. He's not responding to questions very well. Without a teleprompter in front of him, he cannot speak coherently. Okay? We have a thing called crystallized memory, we have our cultural memory, and then we have straight up cognitive memory. And that's our ability to make decisions logically. So, how to reason through problems, maybe solve a math problem or come to a logical conclusion. And we have crystallized memory. That's the knowledge that we've gained over the course of our entire lives. So we know like what this calculation would work out to be, or we know the answer for this. So that's our lifetime body of knowledge. Joe Biden is not doing well with either of those. Typically, your lifetime body of knowledge, all the knowledge you've gained over your lifetime, is something that you can rely on to quickly make decisions. You can see that with Trump. With Biden, he's not able to rely on his lifetime body of knowledge, nor is he able to come to logical and reasonable conclusions in a coherent and very and rapid or reasonable pace. In fact, when asked questions, he's confusing one thing with another thing. He clearly has significant memory issues, which is something that the Department of Justice actually noted, that he was a forgetful old man and he was essentially not fit or competent to stand trial in the case where he took classified documents while he was vice president and maybe even the senator, and then also shared those with other people. So there's some serious implications there. But one way or another, like the smoke screen has been pulled away. There's no way that he's able to make every day-to-day decision, as the president right now. So he's definitely relying on a lot of staff, or you have to question who's actually there helping him make these decisions, because it's a very serious situation when you have the president of the United States being told what to do, what to say, who's basically signing off on these policies. There's a video of this guy over in Italy, and the Italian prime minister noticed that he was beginning to wander off, and she went and grabbed him. And then everyone pretended like it wasn't happening. And what was really sad is you had the prime minister from Canada. That's why I said these Canadians, they're not really about us like that. A lot of y'all are like, oh, the draft comes, we're gonna flee to Canada, bro. The Canadians are gonna stop y'all at the border. They're not gonna let you in. Like all you Americans who think that you're gonna like, oh, the draft is coming, we're gonna head to Canada. They already know what's up with you. They'll let people from other countries in before they let you in. They're not gonna help you draft dodgers. They don't want you there. I'm just being so real, okay? And listen, I've lived in Mexico. You won't make it in Mexico. 99% of you won't make it in Mexico, okay? You won't make it there. I'm just telling you exactly how it is, okay? They will use y'all for spare parts over there. You won't make it there. And those of you that are like, you're going off, I'll go off into the woods. I'll go up into the hills. Listen to me. Those mountain men are not your friends. Listen, they're constantly inviting me, like, I agree. Us mountain men are some good, jolly guys. No, y'all are not. All right. I've seen these. The hills have eyes, and these are not simply movies to entertain us. These are semi semi realistic stories based on real life events. Okay, don't go into the mountains. Stay out of the bush. If you don't know the bush, you have no business in the bush. A lot of y'all are kicking up your heels right now while listening to me from the bush. You won't be meeting me out there. There was a time in my life where I wanted to go and do like the whole like survivor thing and everything. But listen, not at this point in my life. I mean, if I have to go to the bush, I will do what I have to do. Otherwise, I am not going out to the bush. I am not going up into the hills. I am not hanging out with you mountain bros. All right, I'm not hanging out with y'all. Ha ha! You're all there like ha ha ha, kicking your heels up. Yeah, you won't see me up there unless it's like a really bad situation where like they're coming for us and we all have to just like basically get out of the cities and man, it is what it is. But otherwise, I'm staying out of the bush and I'm staying out of the hills, staying out of the mountains. I have no business there, and I will not be there. I will not be there. Just putting it out there. And Gen Z thinks they're gonna go hide in the bush until everything, until everything smooths over. These guys don't even know how to navigate. Gen Z can't read a map. Gen Z, they would get. Listen to me. They would listen. The mountain lions would eat good. Mountain lions would eat good. I'm telling you. The wolves would feed their cubs. I mean, it would be a celebration. It would be a celebration. Yeah, I mean, there would be more animals after that season because they would eat so well. So, you know, many would survive. Many would survive. I'm just saying, if you don't know the woods, if you don't know the hills, if you don't know the bush, stay out of the bush, stay out of the hills. You don't have any business there. You have no business in the damn bush. You have no business in the damn hills. There's actually an article right here. We'll jump and look at the article. So it's pretty interesting. It says the sad inevitability of Biden's reckoning. This actually comes from the Wall Street Journal. The fallout from last week's presidential debate has thrust the Democratic Party into a spiraling crisis. Yet many in the party view the current reckoning as sadly inevitable, the product of years of defensive refusal by the president and his protective inner circle to acknowledge the decline in Biden's public presentation that has long been obvious to voters. Now, insiders admit the party is reaping the consequences of its long failure to confront an issue that was only ever fated to get worse. This was all predictable, and it pissed me off that everyone acted shocked now. Everyone is acting shocked now. One longtime Democratic operative said on Sunday, the shocking thing is that people engage in this deception or delusion or both for so long. Tim, what's his name? Tim, basically, Tim Pool pointed this out for you like 4 years ago. He said, this is a disgrace. He said, what we're seeing here is terrible. It's absolutely awful. He called it 100%. And this sham went on for years. I mean, what's going to happen? Let's say he does get reelected. He's going to continue to decline until what? Until, he basically expires there and then Kamala takes over. I mean, is he even going to be able, if he does win in the fall, is he even going to be capable of being sworn in again for another term? This is the condition he is in right now. He is declining rapidly. What condition will he be in January? We're just being real. What condition will this guy be in when it's time to swear him in for another term? Because this is where he's at right now, and we're just going to pretend that it's business as usual. And 52% of boomers still support Joe Biden. 52%! That's how insane this thing is. So the President Biden's shambolic performance on Thursday's opening face-off with former President Donald Trump confirmed the worst fears about his competence and thrust previously whispered concerns into the open, forcing a wrenching and open-ended conversation about his ability to continue as the party's standard bearer. Over the weekend, officials, operatives, donors, and party rank and file frantically groped for a way forward amid plummeting confidence about their chances to win the November election. Party insiders agonized over the chaos that a late attempt to reshuffle the ticket might unleash and fretted about the impossibility of forcing the president's hand to drop out. But the risk of seeing a second term should have been no surprise. For years, polls have clearly indicated that a majority of the electorate viewed Biden as too old to serve another term and questioned his faculties as a result of his age. Large percentages of Democratic voters have consistently said they would prefer a different nominee. Yet the president's insular inner circle and the party's top leadership continue to insist that these concerns are overblown or irrelevant, and they worked to squelch doubting voices. The reason why is because he's a puppet, and he'll do what they want. Basically, He's not doing anything. He has people around him that are making decisions for him. So he's the perfect go-to guy for everything. All right, because he's not even really there. He's not coherent. But unfortunately, like this, it's so bad right now that everyone is just like watching, like what's next? Like, guys, he's getting to the point where he's gonna have to be. He'll need to be in a wheelchair at some point. Like, and they're gonna say, "Oh well, listen, a lot of presidents, a lot of people are in wheelchairs, okay, and they're just fine." I mean, I think Governor Abbott in Texas, he's in a wheelchair. He's in a wheelchair. Okay, what, you don't like people in wheelchairs? No. Governor Abbott has a disability, so he needs to use a wheelchair. He is coherent. Okay, there's a big difference. Mr. Biden, he is not coherent. He needs a wheelchair because he is now becoming too brittle to walk, barely talk, and he obviously needs to go rest and spend his evergreen years surrounded by friends and family. Guys, this guy is looking, I don't know. I really, really just don't know. It's not good. And the Band-Aid just got ripped off, and everyone can see right now just how bad it absolutely is. It's over. What do you guys think? Let me know if you agree with that in the comments, everything we discussed here today, and your thoughts regarding all of this. And if you agree, even if he wins again, it's over. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.